So like consumers, a lot of them want cats that are declawed. We need our pet parents to be really careful about what they're consuming online and thinking of it as veterinary approved, because a lot of these veterinarians can't even be legitimized. Like they can't be found. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Veterinary Roundtable, the podcast where we answer your veterinary-related questions while having some fun along the way. If you enjoyed today's episode or a previous episode, be sure to leave us a review. We are at 401 Holy Cannolis.
Oh my God, up by one.
It's moving in that direction. On your podcast provider of choice, and if you have any feedback to offer to improve the Veterinary Roundtable, let us know.
I think Apple just stopped. I don't think people use Apple anymore.
I know, it's just surprising to me, I feel like.
We talked about that so much on the podcast because you would think everybody uses Apple because there's so many iPhone users, but I guess Spotify's more popular for podcast listening.
It is easier, I will say.
So it is easier. You think it is easier?
I haven't used Spotify since high school when I got a free membership because I was a student.
Well, we do this Our Lady of Grace homilies. We load every single week up to podcasts. I might have mentioned this before. We started this podcast channel, so you could always go back and listen to the homilies because a lot of times they say something really good and you want to re-listen to it. And so we uploaded onto Apple and they don't go in the right dates.
Oh.
And so they're kind of like discombobulated, but on Spotify, they're exactly right.
Well, Apple, I guess this is your sign to step up your game.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we could fix all the world's problems if we...
Yeah, we could.
If we just had a day. So anyway. So yeah, I've started to listen to them on Spotify. The other thing I noticed is on some of my podcasts, they won't... Like the day before's podcast won't be there as quick on Apple as it is on Spotify.
Look at that. More cons for Apple.
Interesting.
Yikes. I just don't have a reason to download Spotify.
Yeah.
I don't use it.
You don't use Spotify.
No, I don't even have the app on my phone.
You don't use Apple or Spotify?
I use Apple.
I use
Apple for all my music and stuff because we're all on like a family
plan.
Yeah.
So are you like 156 of our reviews?
I guess I could be.
She's one of the 156.
Jacob's one of them.
I know. That's so cute.
He left one so long ago.
Spencer, come on, help us out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He needs to just be playing it at work over the speakers, and then all of his people could
be intrigued and want to know.
And know more. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll mention it. I'll put a bug in his ear.
Alrighty. Check out our Instagram and TikTok. They're both at the Veterinary Roundtable. We also have a YouTube channel where you can watch all of our video podcasts, and that YouTube channel is the Veterinary Roundtable.
And it's fun because...
Watch the last episode because Ashlyn Duckwall made a surprise appearance, and it was...
We were really surprised.
It.
I was not, like I said in the podcast, I did not. I saw somebody poking their arm through there, and I thought it was
None
the
of us
boys.
expected it.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Not on my radar.
Yeah. So that was really fun.
She really enjoyed herself, surprising us.
She did. And hopefully next week we'll be back to our regular scheduled program of 4 people.
Regularly
plus a dog
programming. Okay.
Wade, you don't count as a person. I'm so sorry.
Yes. He needs a dog bed, though. I've got one at home. I need to bring it. I just keep forgetting to bring it. I need to bring it. Okay.
Miles, we actually just threw away our dog bed because Miles vomited all over it. And I was not about to clean it.
No, that's...
It was one of those ones that you really just can't clean. And it was like $20 off Amazon.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I'm Dr. Emily King.
I'm Allie McQuarrie.
I'm Courtney Allen. And you're listening to the Veterinary Roundtable.
Okay, so on to Pits and Peaks.
Pits and Peaks.
We were talking about this because Pits and Peaks are really a hard category for me in the podcast. Everything else, like, I don't have issue with. But there are some days where I'm like, I cannot think of pits.
Yeah.
And I was saying because when I have something bad happen, I just like forget about it. I don't think about it.
Yeah.
And so whereas peaks are really easy to remember because I always I try and fill my brain with good stuff, right?
Yeah.
So then I asked Harrison for a pit because I was like, surely he'll have something. And he did.
It may come easy when you have 5 children. You just have to remember what each of them did.
That's what he said. He goes,
Which is also
he goes, didn't somebody do something wrong this week? And I was like, oh. And then he told me the story that reminded me that one of our children borrowed the car because and you guys will have to let me know whether or not you agree with me. He borrowed the car. We did not ask him to go do a chore or to... Oh boy, 23. Now you know which kid it is. I was not trying to like call out the kid. Okay. Yes, because Harrison thinks he should.
Oh God, he's getting out his mic, everyone.
Oh boy.
It's important context because if it's like a 16-year-old, like fourth or whatever, like they're not going to be mature enough to know this.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, if they're 23,
our boys are not mature at the age of 23. Boys are barely mature at the age of 30.
See, here's the thing, though. Harrison really was. Harrison was like.
That's that first.
But we started.
Harrison
teaching,
always says he's the favorite, and you just boosted his.
We like just started treating him.
The favorite. I am not the favorite.
We were treating him like an adult by the time he was in 3rd grade.
Yeah,
and so he was like a co-parent a lot of the times to a lot of the kids that were younger than him, and so. I don't know. Like, I feel like he was like living way older than he really needed to be at a young age. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he bought a house. He was like you. Like, you're the same way. You guys are like old people in young people's bodies.
Yeah.
You know?
No, Courtney's pretty immature.
Yeah, well, we got to have one. No,
I'm a good time.
You are not either. You're extremely responsible and mature as well. And so, anyway, this kid borrowed the car because he wanted it for his convenience to be able to take something back to his house. And so he took the car. We gladly said, take the car. Go ahead. Sure, take it. And he took it and then brought it back with no gas.
That's little.
Who has the fail button?
That
Somebody hit the fail button. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly the way Richie had a few choice words that weren't as kind as that fail button. And then Holden griped to his brothers that Dad was mad that he brought the car back with 50 miles because you can go anywhere 50 miles to get gas. Rich.
I mean, it should be the like common courtesy. If your parents or if anybody, it doesn't matter if it's your parents' car or your friend's car, you should always put gas in it. You don't even have to fill it up, but put it back to where it was when you took the car. Boom. That's my golden rule.
That is a mature outlook.
Because I've used my parents' car for something, and my parents have actually used Jacob's truck, and they brought it back filled up, and I bring their car back filled up. That's just rude.
Yeah. Harrison,
it's like borrowing food or taking food from them and leaving one chip in the bag.
There are so many people that do
my
that.
My brother, when we used to live at home, oh my, he would literally leave the crumbs, and my dad would get so mad.
My husband, well, I didn't eat them all.
It's those sleeves of cookies, that you pull out. Like you pull them out, and then you like the Oreos or the whatever ones, and Chips Ahoy, and the thing is still in there, and you're like, oh, there's cookies, yay! And then and you're like, there's one half,
and one
cookie.
is not satisfying enough to like.
You don't even
when you get excited for a cookie, one is not enough, and then you're like, I'm just not even gonna eat it. There's no point.
You don't even have to pull the bag out of the tray. You just have to feel it. As soon as you feel it, you're like, oh, what happened here?
You're disappointed.
It's
so did you deliver the hard love, Harrison? Did you say
no? I didn't respond because he wouldn't want to listen to me.
Well, I guess not. Did Johnny respond?
No. So maybe Johnny thought the same way too.
No, Johnny is not. Johnny's way more like.
Actually, no. Johnny probably sent like the haha emoji or something.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can teach him a lesson. Say you can't borrow the car anymore.
Yeah. But see,
or borrow his car and be like, whoopsie, you can get anywhere in 50 miles.
You would think. I'm going to totally do that. I'm totally doing that.
You should. Or
I'm going to even siphon gas out of it just so I can do it.
Leave even less, and then he'll get really pissed off. And then he'll
literally leave a mile.
A mile.
Wait till the gas light comes on and then give him the car back.
Oh my God. This is great. I'll report back.
But then he'll understand the frustration.
Yeah.
Or he'll just be a pissed off boy.
His mindset a lot of times is always, you have more time, you have more money, you have more whatever than me, so you should be inconvenienced before me. Yeah. Now, this is a very loving child. Very loving. I mean, I'm serious. He's very loving.
He's a good kid.
Very respectful from the perspective of like, do you need help carrying these in? Do you need all that? Like, no issue with that. Like, very kind. I could ask anything of him. But this mindset, it's got to change.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that's my pit. My peak is VPP's going live tomorrow. But the time this comes out, it would have been live, and it's either will have crashed and burned, and I'll be crying in next week's podcast, or it's going to be like, "Wow, it worked!"
That's really exciting. So
people
what
have
do you
to
mean
go
by live, like the website?
Yeah, like where people
so
can
you've
access
just been like hyping it up with all the videos you've been posting?
Yeah.
Because then you had a talk or you had some kind of live
workshop
stream, didn't you?
We did the burnout session.
But it wasn't live yet. That was just
like a, hey, this is the kind of content we're going to be Soft, thank you. That's the word,
Okay.
soft launch. And then we put out a free video on the website, and then to give people like a taste of what they would look like. And so now this is, Harrison, you're better at describing this than me. So now the website will go live, and then people can have access
like
to
full
the classes.
access to everything.
Yes.
Okay.
A few months ago, we soft launched with the workshop on burnout, which we're going to be releasing a course on burnout now because that was so successful.
Oh, good.
And on Friday, tomorrow, but it will have been live by the time you're listening, everything will be live. So we're launching with 16 courses, 107 downloadables.
Holy crap.
10 SOPs. You can join our free circle community where you can ask and learn from each other. And yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have to have like a membership?
It's at a very reasonable price and lower than most subscriptions out there that are veterinary education tools.
So the circle community is free. You just can get into the circle community.
Correct.
There's a subscription monthly, and then you can just buy individual classes. So you can do it either way.
Cool.
Nice.
You can also buy individual templates. So if you really need an employee pet policy SOP, just go buy it.
Yeah, because we wrote that,
Yeah.
right?
Nice.
So like just different things. We really tried to address like daily problems, like all the stuff that we tried to solve that you don't want to go to a conference and like then have to decipher what they were saying. How do I then implement it in my practice? Like, right? I mean, it's so much work, and then people typically don't do it. So how can we shorten that curve for people so that they can change their practices and their work environments faster? So like we'll like on there is like a 7-day challenge to leading up. Like you should do these 7 things, so like on day 1, do this, on day 2, do this, on day 3, things like that to give people like practical solutions to their daily issues and problems.
That's
There
cool.
are some fantastic worksheets, guides, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a founder. Like genuinely, there's some good stuff in there.
That's cool.
So anyway,
Well, good job.
well, thanks.
Yeah. I will say I'm jealous of your color, the royal blue.
Oh,
That's one of my favorite colors.
That was a Harrison thing.
I want to have blue scrubs.
You want to have blue scrubs?
Yeah. I don't know. Red's okay.
You look great in red.
You think so?
I do.
Yeah.
I really do. You don't think you look
I like
good
the
in
way
red?
I look in blue and black. Those are like my 2 favorite colors.
Black,
to wear.
you look fantastic in black. You look good in anything. I don't
Thanks,
know why.
King.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I think we agreed last podcast yellow would not look good on any of us.
I don't. I also am not a pink. I don't think I own a single. Oh wait, I have these pink socks that Jacob got me for Christmas. They have the Grinch on them.
Surprise, surprise.
But I don't own anything pink. I'm not but I've never
I don't think pink would look great.
I've never
Yeah.
liked pink. Pink is
Yeah.
not my color, but I've never been like a girly girl. So
Yeah, I hear you.
anyway,
All right, sorry. That was a really long pit and peak.
that's a really cool peak though.
Thanks. Thanks for your
Yes.
support, guys.
You want to go next?
Sure.
Okay.
My pit, over the last couple weeks, one of my dogs, one of the 3, I don't know if it came out the front end or the back end,
Oh, no.
but has left a little pile, like overnight, or like we've been gone and then came back. And it's just super, I mean, it doesn't smell, so I think it came out the front end, but I'm like, what on earth?
Every single day? When
No,
you
just
wake
like,
up?
It's happened like 3 times over the course of like 2 weeks. Just a
Oh.
random pile.
And you don't,
like-
is it at night or is it in the morning?
A couple of times was at night, and one other time, I think it was like afternoon-ish.
You can't tell whether it's diarrhea or vomit.
No.
You need to
That's
put a
the worst.
camera up.
It doesn't smell super bad. I mean, I didn't stick my nose to it, but like,
Well,
I didn't smell like the Rios, so I'm just like, and Wade acts the guiltiest. You just start yelling.
he always
Or
acts.
just
say, Yes.
Who did this?
Right.
And he instantly, his ears go back. He looks guilty as ever. So I don't know if it's him.
Look how cute he is.
I don't know if it's him, Rowan, or Oakley. So that's been a real pitter.
Is it always in the same spot?
No.
Oh,
And it's on carpet.
put a camera up.
Always carpet.
Yes, always carpet. I'm like, oh, this is just great.
That
but-
just, yeah.
I don't know who it is.
How are you going to figure it out? Are you just going to hope
I
it
could
goes
put
away?
the camera up, but I'm like, I mean, everyone's still eating, drinking, so like,
Well, and it's so intermittent. It would be
Yeah.
hard to like be like, I'm going to isolate this dog.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're going to end up, it's going to vomit.
When you stop isolating.
Right.
Yeah.
Something is going to happen, so those always, my approach is always just to kind of like forget about it.
Yep. And until one of them starts acting sick,
yep,
you just have to be annoyed they have to clean it up. but-
Yep.
yeah. So I've been dealing with that, so I don't know who it is. My pit, we are about a month and a half away.
You mean
from
your
Disney.
peak?
Oh, I mean, yeah, my peak.
It's like, wasn't that your? I hope that wasn't your peak.
I know, right?
Yes, my peak. we're a month and a half away from our Disney trip, and I'm like full like Amazon carting a bunch of things.
Yeah.
And
Oh my gosh.
so excited. And I talked to Kristen. She lives in Florida. We're gonna meet up with her.
Oh, fun.
So
That's so much fun.
I know.
I'm
really
jealous.
excited.
I want to go back.
Yeah.
But it's a little overwhelming.
It's a lot.
All the things that you need for a toddler to survive.
Yes, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think if you can just do it, I mean, he's small enough and willing right now to be in a stroller, which really helps. It's really when they're like 4 or 5.
And they won't sit still.
And they want to walk themselves. And you're like, there's no way we're making it through the entire day with you walking.
Yeah.
And then they make those other strollers that are for bigger kids. You know what I mean? Like that are bigger
like a
kids
wagon.
stroller. Yeah, it's kind of like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's the biggest issue is just them not being able to walk the whole way. But the thing, they've got so many areas for families now where the kids can just kind of run around while you're watching them. And
he has a leash. So
are you just going to Magic Kingdom?
I think we're also going to Hollywood Studios to see like the Toy Story, the cars and stuff like that. So
fantastic.
That's so fun.
You're going to have to share lots of pictures with us.
Oh, we will. We'll be taking tons.
And you're staying on the resort or are you staying outside the resort? No, we're staying in a
house because there's like 15 of us.
Oh, who's all going? I didn't realize it was everybody.
My cousins, their 3 kids, my sister and her 4 kids.
That's a lot of kids.
Yeah. There's.
Do you guys have a t-shirt, family t-shirts?
No.
You should make
because
some.
they
That'd
make those, where people make them and then they all walk around the park and they, so you can find each other.
Or
and
like
see
a
each other's
birthday party goes, and that would be fun.
I am thinking about shirts, but I haven't thought about family shirts.
Yeah.
If anybody's out there has any suggestions, let us know.
Has Bennett been on a plane before?
No, we're actually driving.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, there's a couple of them that are flying, but we just think I would be too stressed. All the things that you have to take.
Yeah, all the packing.
Yeah.
It's also still sick season and like plane rides
that stresses me out. So
I see those families carrying car seats. I don't think we ever this sounds horrible. I don't think we ever flew anywhere when the kids were little enough that we had to have a car seat. I think we just didn't take a car seat and then we just rode back from the airport with the kid in our lap.
Yeah.
If we did, I mean, Harrison was little when we took him to Florida. He was 1 and we didn't pack a car seat.
You didn't drive anywhere?
Nope. I mean, from the airport to the house, but I think we just held him in our lap. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell the authorities.
Who cares?
And then there were too many kids to fly because then that's too expensive. So then I think we drove. Yeah.
I prefer driving. I hate flying.
Yeah, I'm not super.
I'm not a plane person.
But like I said, there's just so much to pack. And then my sister has a kid that's like severely afraid of heights. So he was like, heck no, I'm not going on a plane. So
are you guys caravanning then?
I don't know, maybe. But Spencer's hours are crazy. So we'll probably leave like super early. So I don't know. But then we don't have to worry about renting a car and all that shenanigans. So I don't know. It's a give and take.
That's awesome. Fun.
But yeah,
that's so exciting.
Talk about it more because it's exciting.
45 days. That's it. You said a month and a half.
About a month and a half. We go at the end-ish of March.
Wow.
Yeah. That's so fun.
Good for you.
It's exciting.
All righty.
What do you got?
I'll start with my pit because I don't know if okay, anyway. So I actually had a client at work who I've worked with for years. And she has a few difficult animals. The client can be a little difficult herself, but she really does love her animals and she's pretty compliant for the most part and things like that. But I've just worked my butt off and gained her trust and gained her animals' trust. And I've done a lot for her and put a lot of work into her animals and our relationship as like a client and tech. And I found out the other day that she does not want to see Duckwall and I again. And so I was really, really upset and hurt. And I don't take a lot of things personally. Like I can shrug a lot of things off, but it was just really hurtful.
Why? What was the reasoning?
She didn't agree with the drug protocol we use on her patient or one of her dogs that has to be sedated a few months ago, and it was the second time using the medication. And I had talked to her. We had so many conversations about the drug protocol because her dog is so difficult, and I walked her through everything and the pros and the cons of the drug and how safe it was and everything, and she agreed with me. She gave the medication to her dog, and then she talked poorly of me to another doctor.
So she's going to see a different doctor within the practice.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably going to use the same protocol. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing. We've tried every other drug in the building for the dog.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
yeah.
It's just I'm just really hurt. When
don't be.
No, I know. It's just like frustrating. Like, I'm not necessarily sad about losing her as a client because that's what it is. But like, don't talk poorly about me when I worked my butt off for your animal. You know?
That's the part that would rub me the wrong way.
Don't act like I harmed your dog,
right?
Because I did not hurt your dog.
Yeah, that would harm. That would be the part that make me the most mad.
And I know that somewhere down the line, the doctor who currently sees her now is going to be not there in the clinic, and then she's going to have to see Duckwall and I. We're going to say, sorry, we can't help you.
Yeah,
because you don't want us to help you,
right?
So it's just like, and I don't know. It's just very frustrating.
That's when you send a "I'm sorry" card to the technician who's going to have to take care of it. Thank you, and I'm sorry.
Hey, you can have her. Whatever. But yeah, so that was just a big bummer. My peak is that Dr. Duckwall comes back to work next week. I know it's like a pit and a peak because like I'm sad she has to leave her baby and come to work, but I'm excited that we get to get back into our routine and I get to get my clients back. And
what days is she working again?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So she's working the same days.
So she'll be there Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
The 19th is her first day back.
It's like literally only 4 days away.
I know. So like I'm just, because I always see our clients on the schedule and I go to that team and I tell them how the client is, how the animal is. So I'm just ready to like have them all back.
Yes.
And like we've had 2 of our really good clients recently. One came in with a new puppy and one came in with 2 kittens. And I was like, you better schedule their next puppy and kitten visits with Duckwall. Do not take them. That's my client. Like, the Taylor's got a puppy.
Kirk Taylor?
Yeah.
Oh, is it a lab?
It's a golden retriever.
No.
Yeah.
They got a golden. Good for them. It's not a Bernese.
Yeah.
It's not a
lab.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So they got a little. So that was one that I was like, do not take that client from us.
You better schedule the next visit.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
I know. I was so happy for them.
She's fantastic.
Yeah. So they got a new little golden baby.
Did he bring the baby in? Is it a girl or a boy?
It's a girl. Her original, they named her, they were going back and forth on names. It was Peaches, but then they changed it to something else. I can't remember what they changed it to.
Well, see, they had like Biscuit. Like they've got some names. It
looks like it's kind of like a boy name, but it's a girl dog.
But it's a girl dog.
I can't remember what they named. I'll report back. Yeah. But yeah, so it was really exciting that they got a new baby.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That is exciting stuff.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, let's get on to veterinary news because these are some interesting.
I know. I'm kind of sad that this is the second time we've talked about declawing. Duckwall's not here. I just like to hear her opinion.
Okay, well, what do you guys think of California outlawing declawing?
So we've already talked about this before, and now it's in effect. So it's official because it was in the talks, and now they've passed the law.
That is correct.
Where declawing cats in California has become a crime. So authorizes the state veterinary medical board to revoke or suspend the license of or impose a fine on a veterinarian who performs a procedure for non-medical reasons.
And I think that's the key, non-medical. And they need to declaw the cat.
There's kitty caps.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't feel like it said anything about that, but...
You can put kitty caps on your cat.
About that. But I'm just curious. I was just wondering, or rehome the cat? Like that's
I know. That's like the argument of everybody deserves to have like an animal or whatever that argument is. And like the human-animal bond is a cool thing, but...
Yeah.
I know. It's tricky. I know. I remember us talking about it before. It's good, but I feel like it's also bad. Like, I feel like there's so many cats in humane societies, and a lot of these people do it electively. I mean, it does stink. It's sad, but I mean, I just go back and forth because I'm like, there's so many cats in the humane society.
Mm-hmm.
And to some people, that's like make or break.
Yeah.
Well, see, I think that's where part of the problem is, right? You have what consumers want, and then what like healthcare wants, right? Or what the people in charge of, patient like care and I guess well-being want. So like consumers, a lot of them want cats that are declawed. Yeah. And so are you going, to your point, are you going to end up with more cats not being adoptable because they can't declaw them? And so is it better or worse for those cats to live? I don't know the answer, but I'm just, it's like, and I don't know how much that would actually happen, but it's interesting.
I will say I'm not necessarily fully against declawing by any means, but as long as it is done correctly and the owner is also aware on how that the healing procedure should go, because the amount of I'm not saying we see them all the time, but when we do see declaw complications, it's bad.
Yeah, they can be real
because
bad.
they weren't done appropriately. They didn't remove all the bone that needed to be removed. And then, then there's the nerve pain and all the surgical, like, post-op infections and things like that can happen. So if you're not using a laser for a declaw, get with it.
Or cautery. Cautery
too, yeah.
Cautery has worked really well.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're doing it properly, like I said, and then the owner is also taking the responsibility of making sure the cat doesn't overdo it after surgery, then...
Yeah, post-op care is definitely key, too.
Yeah. Yup.
Okay. So, I mean, I think if you can possibly avoid it at all cost.
Yeah.
That's kind of my approach.
Like, I agree.
You know?
So I'd be curious to know how it affects California's population of cats and such.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's, 6 states right now that have bans?
Yes.
Is that what it says, right? 6 states that have bans. Those states are... Can you guys look at those states? I can't see.
The first was... although the largest, California is not the first U.S. state to ban elective declawing. The first was New York in 2019, followed by Maryland in 2022, Virginia in 2024, Massachusetts and Rhode Island in 2025.
And then Indiana's one. They've got legislature.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Indiana, Iowa, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Washington have bills being introduced into legislature. Mm-hmm.
I feel like we don't do them as often anymore either. Oh,
gosh. I mean, it's changed dramatically.
It's like once in a blue moon when we do them.
From when we opened the clinic, so like 20 years ago, and now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They get waves.
And I think a lot of it is the education that we do with owners saying,
yes,
we want to try all of these, we're doing all of these things. We're, this is really the lifestyle and what you want for your pet, and so, I mean, absolutely. I mean, that's all that's talked about first before we consider it. But it's just such a tricky topic to some degree. It's not, but it is, I guess. I don't know. So anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Next topic.
Cheers. What's the next one? I forget.
Endorsed by a veterinarian?
I did a video on this. Not that's posted yet, but basically... What they're saying in this article is that we need our pet parents to be really careful about what they're consuming online and thinking of it as veterinary approved, because a lot of these veterinarians can't even be legitimized. Like, they can't be found. Yeah. And so, and you can't tell, it's really difficult to tell whether or not this is an ad. Or it's sponsored by something. So this story is about a cat. This post is about a cat who had dilated cardiomyopathy, I think.
Yes.
Wasn't it right? Dilated cardiomyopathy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that it was dying because it had a taurine deficiency. And that this supplement, when they gave it to him, had miraculously fixed the cat.
Yeah, and saved its life.
And
it was it specifically said the cat was knocking on death's door.
Yes. But that is, like, we don't have, all of our diets nowadays are not they all have taurine in them. There is no...
I feel like it's common, like it's a big thing in cats especially. But yeah.
So I guess they were just talking in here about, like, listen, pay attention to the post. Like, you can't believe everything. And then some of these videos, and you've seen some of the ones I've done where it's an AI person, like, it's AI. The whole thing
is terrifying. I get how helpful it is, but it's also, like, too much.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what
you can't believe
real?
anything.
I know.
That's why social media is such a problem.
I think that the picture stuff of AI is way more terrifying to me than the internet searches that AI can do. Like, I'm a big fan of that. Like, I think if you can filter through years of data and then tell me the percentages of this, and this, great, do it. Like, fine, I'm in for that. But creating images and then not being able to tell that it's
fake.
Oh my gosh.
Catfishing to the extreme.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the show Paradise?
No.
Okay. It's on Hulu. Okay. They live in this world that is created by AI, basically. Like, this dome is AI because the world had some big event that, like, was going to torch the world, basically. And so they built this city underground, and it has, like, you would know it because the ceiling is all...
Is the sky.
Yeah. It's really weird. But anyway, I'm not through the first season yet, but I was curious if you guys saw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might need to
Yeah,
add
AI
that.
scares me a little bit.
Yeah. Craziness.
But yeah, don't believe everything you see on the internet, please. Especially, like you said, pet owners. Because they'll get ya.
Or do your own research as well. Like,
or ask your veterinarian.
That too.
That's what I said in the video.
Who you know has a
ask your
license.
Yes, ask your veterinarian. We love, and I think I said in the video, we love to talk through this and laugh about these videos because, you know, we want you to have the best and most accurate information. So don't be fooled.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Tales from the Trenches. Oh my God, this is a long one.
It is a long one. I'll take it.
Okay, who's reading?
You're doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Let me take a deep breath. Okay. Happy holidays, Veterinary Roundtable. I'm a new grad veterinarian who has listened to the pod for a few years. Tales from the Trenches has become my favorite segment. Thank you for making space for us to share our stories. After garnering... What is that?
Yeah, garnering.
Yeah, garnering laughs and shock from family over Thanksgiving from this story, I figured y'all would appreciate it too. I'm only a few months into my job, and no amount of client communication practice in school fully prepared me for euthanasia. They covered in depth how to approach euthanasia conversations and gently walk owners through the euthanasia process, but after, we're largely left to figure it out on our own. I have figured out I need a polite way to say no when a youth owner asks for a hug after. Let me tell you how I came to this conclusion. I should preface that there was no harm done. It was a few nights before Thanksgiving. A family that had never been into our clinic before brought in their old spayed terrier named Jordan for euthanasia towards the end of the day. I was crapping bricks after my initial PE because the poor thing was obtune, pale, had tachycardia with weak pulses, and Brady.
Yeah, it was just low breathing. Like he was like breathing really slow.
Right. I'm terrible at pronunciation. I had genuine fear that Jordan was going to transfer to Jesus mid-catheter placement. Well, she hangs on, and we bring her back into the room with the owners. There's an older mom with her two sons, probably young college age. I perform the euthanasia, confirm asystole, and express my condolences to the owners. The youngest looking of the sons is sobbing, and the mom isn't really being much comfort, talking about how they've experienced this for themselves now and the full weight of pet ownership. The youngest looking one was taking it very hard. I looked over at him and reassured him it was the most selfless decision he could have made for this pet and offered grief resources. He said yes to grief resources and tearfully asked for a hug. My empathy overcame street smarts. Thankfully, the hug was respectful. However, he made the interesting comment with a serious tone behind sobs. Wow, you smell good. Anytime I smell this perfume again, I'm going to think of Jordan's final moments. I was not wearing any perfume. I held in awkward laughter and informed him, well, good thing I'm not wearing any perfume. You don't have to worry about that. I handed him the grief resources, let the family know that they can take all of the time they need, and walked out. I sat down at my desk, shell-shocked, and decided I needed to either exit the room faster or find a polite way to decline hugs. From the new grad trenches, Dr. Reagan.
That's great.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. That's too funny. Oh, we've all been there.
I don't know how. I mean, you're always going to have an awkward situation. It doesn't matter what job you're in, but especially our job, we're dealing with like hard moments like that. But I don't know how you would like just say, no, I'm not hugging you.
Yeah, that would be
like when an owner
just
said bye to their family member, you're just like, I can't hug you.
Because sometimes they're coming in for it. Like,
I know.
They're not asking. They're like,
I'll hug my really good clients.
Yeah.
But then most of my clients don't ask.
Yeah.
That's too
I had one
funny.
like 2 weeks ago that the client I had met like one other time and she asked for a hug and I was like, sure.
Yeah.
But
now you're going to wonder what you smell like.
Yeah.
Will they notice your smell?
Probably like shit because I work with animals.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. And the fact she was not wearing perfume.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe her laundry detergent.
Yeah. There's some good laundry detergent that you can really smell when you get up next to it. Especially if it's not your laundry detergent. Like you just notice it, you know?
Or maybe it's her hair care products.
Oh, hair care products.
Hair care products
for sure.
are important.
I'm a Buff City soap, like laundry detergent person.
Yeah.
And I use it for like towels and blankets and it smells so good.
I bet it does. Yeah.
So good. Okay. Anyway. Cases.
Yes. I can go first.
Okay.
Oh, geez. Okay, so I have a really fun case today.
Are you sarcastically saying that, or is it true?
No, it's about a bearded dragon.
No way. Yeah. Did you help with the case?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
So we never talk about exotics. Okay, so I'm going to preface that because I am not an exotics technician.
Okay.
I help with exotics, but I don't know much about them. I learned about them in school, but that was a long time ago.
Fair enough.
Okay, so bear with me.
Okay.
I have all the notes here. So one of our coworkers is currently fostering a bearded dragon. She is about 7 years old. And she was going to bring her in initially just for like an established care, make sure she was okay, whatnot. But she ended up bringing her in because, so she was surrendered and then to Hoppy Healthy and Safe Rescue.
Hoppy? That's so
yeah,
weird.
it's based in Frankton, Indiana. So she ended up bringing her in because of a poor appetite. So she had only eaten 3 crickets in the past week. So this was in the middle. This was December 15th. So she had only eaten 3 crickets in the past week. She was refusing all greens, vegetables, and fruit that they offered. They also noted straining during urination and defecation, characterized by pushing up the front end and lifting her back legs off the ground. Which, if you think
she was doing handstands.
So funny. I know. Like a poor little beardy can't poop.
That's sad.
I know. So she, like I said, she's a female. She's intact as well. And then her diet consists of crickets, greens, whatnot. So on physical exam, she is morbidly obese.
Really?
Do
you have a picture?
Yes. Her name is Margot.
Oh.
But yes. And I cleared it with the rescue. They're okay with us talking about her. But like, she's fat.
She is
like,
loved.
she looks like a pancake.
She's loved.
That's when she came to Whitney, our coworker who has her right now. So she was very, very obese on exam. And then everything checked out pretty normal other than her coalomic cavity, which was abnormal. So it was firm on palpation, was with at least 3 palpable masses. And then they did a ultrasound, and that revealed significant coalomic effusion and numerous follicles with a conglomerated inspissated yeah, sure, masses.
Inspissated masses.
That's
wow.
a big word. Which was either believed to be a granuloma or a reproneoplasia because she's not spayed. And then, the rest of her exam was pretty normal. So, Dr. Lempert's assessment was follicular stasis with suspected egg yolk granulomas and coalomic effusion, anorexia, obesity, and then she had mild dental disease. So they submitted blood work, and then she recommended a coliotomy for mass, and a follicle removal is also recommended, so spaying her. So, with that being said, after all of this was done, she, like I said, Dr. Lempert's main recommendation was to take her to surgery. As long as her blood work looks okay. Like I said, she's being fostered right now. So technically, who has her, they're not responsible financially for her. It's the rescue. Surgery is not a cheap thing. So they actually made a post, the rescue made a post on Facebook, and a lot of us girls at the clinic shared it and things like that, and people who follow the rescue's clinic or page on Facebook, and they asked for donations. So they made a pretty much GoFundMe for Margot the bearded dragon.
Margot!
To a life-saving surgery because she was not doing well. So they, in the meantime, because they couldn't schedule the surgery until they knew they had the funds to do so, because a lot of the times a rescue can't spend thousands of dollars on an animal.
It's allocation of funds. Yeah, absolutely.
So ultimately, usually if they don't have the funds for it, then the animal has to be euthanized. So in the meantime, while we were waiting on the money, her blood work showed hypercalcemia and anemia. So they started her on Ceftaz, and then they wanted to do a surgery, and then they also talked about, due to the anemia, she may need a blood transfusion prior to surgery. So 2 weeks after her initial visit, they were actually able to schedule the surgery. So we did the surgery, and we also did pre-op labs prior, the morning of the surgery. She had a hematocrit of 14%, and then her total protein was 6.8. Dr. Lempert felt comfortable proceeding with the surgery without doing the blood transfusion, so we did not have to do that. I got to be a part of the whole surgery process, which was really fun because Lauren needed help.
Yeah.
And the process of getting a reptile anesthetized is something else. Like, they take forever. Oh my God. Like, we just kept giving her drugs and then intubating her, and like the things that Lempert and Lauren have to come up with because they don't have like all the little tiny tools they need is crazy. Like, her ET tube was a red rubber catheter, and intubating her was a thing in itself. I had to hold a tongue depressor like on the back of her jaw so she'd keep her mouth open, which she was getting, I don't remember all the pre-meds they used. Let's see. They used midazolam and hydro. And her catheter was in her tail.
Yeah.
It was just so cool. And then they gave her alfaxalone too. And then we used propofol, and we just kept pushing propofol, and she was still just biting down the tongue depressor and her tongue. But then at the same time, she like wasn't breathing.
So oh my gosh. So nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, my job during the surgery was to breathe for Margot. I had to give her a breath every 10 seconds.
So was it like these little bitty breaths?
Yeah, like on the little bag, because she's attached to a non-rebreather. And on the gauge with the bag, I could only go up to 10. You can't go past 10. Like, Lempert's like maybe stay like by 5-ish, but like on dogs and cats, you go up to 20.
Right.
And so like it was so like nerve-wracking. Like, I mean, I felt like I was barely even touching the bag.
Right.
But yeah, I had to breathe for her every 10 seconds. And I had to make sure her tube didn't come out, because you should have seen how we had like, because it's hard to stabilize a tube in a reptile that small.
Yeah.
And so we had like her whole head taped pretty much to the tube. And like, at one point, I was like because I would also have to watch her body to make sure her like chest was rising when I was giving her breath. And at some points, I was like, it's not moving anymore. So then we'd have to stop the surgery and try to readjust the tube. And like, they're just so sensitive and so small.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. But anyway, so once Dr. Lempert got in there, she did spay her. So she took out eggs from both sides, which was really cool. And it literally, like, she cut them out. And you do your best to make it as clean as you can, but she cut them and yolk leaks out a little bit, which is really cool. I have pictures of the eggs. And then she just flushes the abdomen if needed, but she didn't get too much in there. And then come to find out, she didn't have any like cancerous masses that we noted. I think her liver looked a little weird. Yes, the liver was mottled, pale, and heterogeneous. And then her fat pads were dark red. But there was no like obvious like cancer or anything like that, which she was kind of worried about. She was so backed up with poop. So like she was feeling her colon, and we tried to like rectally remove and manually remove the feces during the procedure. And so Lauren tried that, but it was kind of hard with the position she was in and whatnot. Sure. Lempert spayed her and everything, and then we closed her back up. And then after the surgery, we gave her an enema when she was still anesthetized, but like waking up. They also take 17,000 years to wake up. We gave her an enema. And I kid you not, it was like a freaking volcano, because Lempert was pushing on her abdomen while Lauren was like pushing the enema, and it literally like poop exploded out of her butt. Oh, like Lempert, Lauren, and I screamed because it was like audible too. Like it just all came flowing out, and it was she was so fecal impacted. I can't even imagine how painful that was. But like the poop was just so hard because it had been sitting in there, and so she was constipated. Like that was the main issue. So she recommended to do enemas every few days until she started going normally. So her surgery was on a Friday. She pooped a little bit more that night after they got her home. And then she actually still hasn't defecated on her own since the surgery. And the surgery was on January 2nd.
Is she eating?
Yeah, she's eating really, really well. She recovered fantastically after the surgery. You have to warm them a lot because they get really, really cold despite being on a bear hugger the whole surgery. But she hasn't pooped on her own. They've given her, I think, 2 enemas since the surgery. And then the plan is to continue enemas as needed, kind of until she gets back to normal. But most of the like fecal impaction, like feces that was in her colon has come out. So now we're just kind of waiting for things to get normal. And
what did Lempert think caused the fecal impaction?
That's a really great question.
I didn't know.
I have no idea.
I didn't know if like what was the inciting cause.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't ask her that specific question, and it doesn't say anything on here about it. But her post-op exam 3 days after the procedure, her incision looked good. The palpation of her colon reveals fecal impaction significantly improved. Approximately 30 to 40% of original stool burden remains, especially in the right side. And then she did lose some weight after her surgery. given the evacuation of feces.
Yeah.
But no, she's doing really, really, really well, like in regards to eating. Her energy's really good. She just needs to start pooping on her own, and then she should be good.
Oh my gosh. Crazy.
She's a very sweet beardie.
She's a really
How old
good
is she?
bearded dragon, 7.
Oh, so she's a little bit older.
Yeah. So and then they start warm water soaks 1 month post-op. And then I think maybe it could have been because she was getting an improper diet with her last home, because I was asking Whitney yesterday, like, kind of what the plan is moving forward. She can't soak her, obviously, because she has an incision, but then making sure she gets the proper diet. So like I said, she's been eating really well. So I would assume that's probably why, because she wasn't eating the things she needed to eat. So now she is. But yeah.
That's cool.
Like, I mean, she's doing pretty well overall.
That's a great case.
Yeah. But with that, I don't know if Harrison would be willing to, but there's a link that you can donate to continue giving Margot care until she finds her forever home.
Oh.
So she can be adopted.
Yeah, she is up for adoption.
Okay.
So maybe we can post a link for Margot and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Get her home.
Yeah. She's she likes to cuddle.
Oh.
She's a good beardie.
Okay, Allie, you got one?
Yeah, it should be pretty fast here. So we had a 3-year-old German Shepherd, 91 pounds, came in for routine neuter and gastropexy. Went through the surgery. Everything went well. Patient went home. Neuter went well. Gastropexy went well. Well, that was on 4/6. This was a few years ago. By 4/26, he came back due to a scrotal hematoma with drainage. Yikes. Probably the worst hematoma I've ever seen being a tech. We had to culture it. Then we ended up taking him to surgery for a scrotal ablation after that. Let me show you this testicle. It is crazy.
Not testicle, scrotal sac.
Yes, scrotal sac. Lack of testicle, because there is nothing there.
You know, sometimes
scrotal hematomas are so annoying.
That's a young dog, so he probably just overdid it and bled into his scrotal sac. That's a humdinger. Yep.
Ouch.
And they are very painful for the dog.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Yeah, they're very painful.
It looked like he was not neutered at all. It was horrifying. Yeah. But we did the scrotal ablation, and he went home. He recovered well after that. He came back on 5/5 for sutures to be removed, and it was all healed.
A lot of people will ask, like, why don't you just do the scrotal ablation when you do the surgery? Preemptively. And we just don't, because it's more invasive and it's, can be painful and whatnot. And
more anesthesia time.
Yeah, so we just don't do that. I know a lot of people will do that. And I suppose I might be convinced to do it if I had a very pendulous scrotal sac that
a dog's neutered like super late and it's a big dog.
Yeah. Like maybe I might consider just going ahead and doing it and like skipping a step potentially.
Yeah. We've had that conversation a few times with owners. Like once we see them, we're like,
yeah.
Definitely if they're super active dogs.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, well, we should probably do this.
Yeah.
So anyway,
rest your dogs, people, after a neuter. Don't let them run around.
Let them run.
Or you might have to have a second surgery.
Let them run.
Wild.
All righty, on to listener inquiries. But before that, continue to use our text message feature for our podcast. You tap on the episode in your podcast provider of choice. You look at the top. It'll say send us an inquiry through a text message here. You can text us comments, questions, concerns. You do have to leave your name on those messages. Otherwise, they come through as anonymous and you'll get a shout out if your name's included. We also take voice message inquiries, which we haven't had in a while. But send those voice memos over to theveterinaryroundtable@gmail.com and we'll play it on the podcast so you can hear yourself.
That's right. It's so fun. I love those.
They are really fun.
All right. First question. Hello, I'm in the process of preparing for interviews and was wondering if you would consider doing a podcast episode about current events going on in veterinary medicine that prospective students should feel comfortable talking about during their interviews. I love listening to the podcast. It's been super helpful throughout my journey. Thank you, Leslie. Okay, well, we're going to answer the question as part of this podcast. I think it's super important that people recognize, this is a great question because there are things, and I never knew this. So there are topics in veterinary medicine that the interviewing committee may ask you about. And so it's really helpful to kind of forward think some of what those might be. So that's, I think, what she's asking about. And I think it'll show things like your awareness of the profession and like kind of the realities in the profession. It's going to show your emotional maturity and resilience and like a lot of things like that. So, okay, what do you guys think? What are some topics?
Like topics in vet med, or like
that
things
they should know about
during?
Yeah, that they might get asked about.
Like that the interviewer might ask the interviewee.
Yes.
They're going to ask you how you deal with stress.
Yep.
I think that's a big question.
Burnout. They're going to ask you how you deal with burnout, stress. Yep. What do they... Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, maybe they might ask about the workplace shortages. Like, or people think, you know what I mean? Like, how do you see the workplace shortages or the shortage of veterinarians or RVTs or, you know, those types of things, potentially?
I'm going to chime in here real quick.
Chime away.
Because I think that is not the question that she's asking.
Oh, you don't?
I thought it was about like veterinary, like she's going like applying for veterinary school.
So she's applying for school and she wants to know about topics that she should feel comfortable talking about during the interview.
Whatever you want to talk about.
So she says...
well, I think the same thing applies.
It probably does apply, but if you would consider doing a podcast episode about current events going on in veterinary medicine that prospective students should feel comfortable talking about. So, for example, actually, yeah, okay,
like
go ahead.
The declaw thing.
Yes, like, declawing. That would be like,
ask
what's your view on declawing? Would you perform a declaw? Like, you know, so wrap your head around that and your reasons why. I think really what they're doing, and I wrote down some things because I think they want you to, what they're looking for, I guess, is like maturity, coachability, awareness, leadership, emotional intelligence, right? In your answers.
Yeah.
So I don't think we were too far off in what we were talking about as Harrison's asking or bringing more light to kind of the question.
Yeah.
Student debt. They might ask you about student debt, how you're going to handle it.
Depending on your area, you could ask about VPAs.
Yep. You might want to know something about VPAs. At least when they go, so what's your opinion about a VPA position? You're like...
Do your research so you know what it is.
Like, you know what a VPA is, which I think if you just... They don't necessarily care about your answer as much as, are you aware of what's happening in our space right now?
Yeah.
You
like
know,
big
kind
things,
of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sort of saying, I hate you know. Right? Maybe the difference between corporate medicine and private practice.
Yep.
What's your view on corporate medicine? Or what is your view on private equity in our industry? You know, again, it doesn't have to be right or wrong, but just having a view, I think, is really important.
Wages.
AI was another one I wrote down.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Because that is everywhere. I mean, they use AI for notes now. A lot of clinics do.
Telemedicine might be another, like that's another form of AI, I guess. Basically innovation.
Yeah.
Spectrum of care, know what that means. You know, what are you going to do when you have a pet with a fixable problem and the owner can't pay for it?
Yes.
How are you going to handle that situation? So like have a view or an opinion on that. They might ask you about antimicrobial stewardship. You know, like, so with the use of antibiotics in today's world and antibiotic resistant, you don't want to say something like there is no such thing, or there is, you know, you want to know something about antibiotic resistance and stewardship.
Yeah. Become familiar with a lot of new medications on the market, because those are always coming out.
Yep. The new meds, the stem cell, the PRP, which we're going to talk about.
Say stem cell is a big one.
Monoclonal antibodies. You know, those would be great to know about.
Yeah. Hi, buddy.
Are we missing anything else?
I think that's a good list.
We talked about a lot there.
Yeah. Fear-free.
Oh, that's a good one. Fear-free is a really good one. Hi.
Yeah, I think that's
pretty good.
That's a pretty good list.
Yeah.
And your euthanasia is always something that be like, what's your view on euthanasia? I mean, they're really trying to screen people out that there's no way you could operate in the field if you had these views. Like I don't know how you can be a veterinarian and never perform a euthanasia. Do you think it's possible?
No.
You don't? Okay. I didn't either. I just didn't know if that was too short-sighted.
I've never worked in a shelter, but like if you work I'm assuming they euthanize animals.
What about the topic of hospice care and being able to provide hospice care for pets and they naturally die on their own?
Yeah.
if that was a thing.
No, that's a good,
There are some people, like I've seen like some advertisements for.
They do. I think Lava Love, they have hospice care. They do at-home use, but they do hospice care too.
So is hospice care, are they classifying hospice care as palliative care, or are they classifying it as to end of life? You know what I mean? Like where you're dying on your own. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the answers to that. I'm just asking. So yeah, I would just, it's a lot to think about.
It is.
Don't do what I did. I didn't know anything. I didn't do anything. I don't even.
I also think though euthanasia is, I mean, that was like our Tales from the Trenches. You can only prepare so much for. I mean, you can like get, and you have an idea of what euthanasia is, and like you said, the certain euthanasia circumstances, like if it's a convenience euthanasia, if it's a behavioral euthanasia, like there's categories of euthanasias. I think we can say, but I don't think you need experience too when it comes to that kind of stuff. So but just knowing like the different behavior or the different euthanasia situations.
Yeah, for sure. And I would say if I were you, I would do, like I was thinking, like what would I do if it was me trying to plan in today's world? I'd have one thoughtful opinion on like maybe like some financial perspective, or technology in the future, or something related to ethics like declawing, you know, something like that. I'd have an opinion on that, and then I would have 2 stories that showed resilience, teamwork, growth, something like that, where your story demonstrates those traits.
Yeah.
And then 1 leadership value that you can show. So like, or that you want to talk about: accountability, integrity, curiosity, service, ownership, interest. If you're interested in owning a practice one day, make sure you weave that in there somewhere. They want people that want to own businesses. So that's would be a big thing. Don't lie. If you don't want to own a business, don't say you want to own a business. That's not going to help anybody. Right. But anyway, those were my thoughts on them.
Yeah, I think those are all good thoughts.
Okay.
It's good stuff. Okay. Second one. Hi, my name is Emma, and I'm currently a junior at Texas Tech studying animal science, and I'm starting to prepare to apply to vet school. I'm very interested in becoming an exotic pet veterinarian, and my dream school is LSU because of their exotic-focused opportunities. Are there any other vet schools you would recommend applying to that would have a strong exotic animal aspect? I understand that all vet schools provide a solid foundation to become a veterinarian, but some vet schools, such as Texas Tech, are heavily focused on large and small animal medicine in rural parts of West Texas and New Mexico, meaning I would have very limited exposure to exotics. I'd love advice on schools that might better support my interests. From Emma. Good for you for going into exotics.
Yeah, Courtney's like, good for you.
It's hard.
Yeah. You just have to be very resourceful and very...
You have to like MacGyver it.
Yeah. That's a good word for it.
You got to be a MacGyver.
Yes.
If you young people don't know who that is, go watch it. The show, MacGyver.
Yeah, you have to be creative, innovative, and you're literally like, I mean, Limpert literally is sometimes like, I'm just coming up with it as I go.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you have to. There's so
like,
many
especially during like
species
surgeries.
and,
Like, I mean, Limpert is like damn good at what she does, and she's board certified, but like,
you have these guardrails that you operate in, but you have to be creative in how you implement those things.
Like, during certain surgeries, she just gets in there and she's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Okay, so I wrote down, I did a search for anybody,
I did too.
Anybody that would have a listing of that would have faculty that would be board certified zoological medicine. So ACZM would be the names, like the acronym after their initials or whatever. So I had UC Davis, University of Florida, Tufts, University of Illinois, University of Tennessee. Woo, go Vols! Okay. That's where I went for my marine stuff. That was the whole reason I went there. Colorado State University, which I was really surprised about because they have partnerships apparently with different aquariums, parks, and stuff like that.
Cool.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
What else did you have?
Kansas State. Did you say that one?
No. Okay.
And North Carolina State.
It's interesting.
They have strong zoo, wildlife, and pet exotic services.
So there's a lot of schools that have.
There's more than
way
I thought.
more than I thought.
Yeah.
That would have faculty that are doing stuff. And the nice thing is these faculty are probably doing research.
Yes, probably.
So you've got like mentors, and then you've got ways of kind of like learning from somebody. You can participate in their research or help with their research or whatever.
Yes.
Did you have any that we missed, Allie?
No, I was just going to say, Limpert, she actually went to Purdue, and then she went to Texas for like an experience work track, and that's how she got all of her experience.
Yeah.
Oh.
On doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how, she got on the track of being board certified.
Cool.
That's cool. That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you have it, Emma.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah,
You can do it.
Are we ready for the third?
Y'all.
Yep.
Hi, my name is Jordan, she/her, and I'm a lead veterinary technician at a GP animal hospital in Kansas. The clinic that I work at sees your usual dogs and cats, as well as exotics and wildlife. All of our doctors also practice a mix of Western and Eastern holistic medicine. We frequently perform PRP injections and have seen really great results, including a line that we treat multiple joints for at the Big Cat Sanctuary near us. My question for you all is if you use this treatment at your clinic or if you have had any experience with these injections. Jordan.
I want to work with tigers.
I know. I was like,
or lions.
You're going to be like switching over to exotic.
I need to move to Kansas.
You're like, I'm in it to win it with exotics.
When we were talking about hiring Limper, I said I'd be her part-time tech.
You did.
But that was shot down because she needed a full-time tech, which I understand.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go to Kansas. Because you can still have cats and dogs, but then you can see a lion on a random Tuesday.
There you go. On a random Tuesday.
That would be so cool.
That would be cool.
All right, I'll tell Jake when I get home. We're moving to Kansas.
We're going to Kansas.
I'm going to go work with Jordan.
Kansas. Okay, what do you guys think? Why don't you tell everybody what PRP is?
Yes, I have that pulled up because I just wanted to double check myself. So PRP is a platelet-rich plasma injections for animals. So it's where it uses the pet's own concentrated blood platelets, rich in growth factors, to accelerate healing for conditions like arthritis, ligament or tendon injuries, and non-healing wounds, reducing pain and inflammation by promoting tissue regeneration.
Boom, baby.
Which is really freaking cool because it's still like the body healing itself.
Yeah. The closest thing I've ever been to PRP is hearing about Peyton Manning with PRP in his neck.
Oh my God.
Literally, honestly. Like,
I know what you're talking about.
How many years ago was that?
A long time ago.
People thought it was like witchcraft. You know what I mean? Like he was gone. I don't know where he went, overseas or somewhere.
Yeah.
And, but I personally have never used PRP in patients.
I have not either. I have no experience with it.
No experience to answer your first question.
Nor do we really talk about it often.
No, I was going to say I've not really heard of that. I mean, now that you talked about it a little bit, I remember, but that's not something we do.
So what they do is they draw the blood from the animal. They process it in a centrifuge to isolate platelets, and then they inject the plasma into the affected area. Whoa.
Yeah. It's very safe because it's your own product.
Yeah, it's not like where you're getting a blood transfusion where you have to filter all that blood from the donor and then make sure it's okay to give it to the recipient, and that's so cool.
That is really cool.
The body is such a cool thing.
Yeah. Serious complications, rare.
Yeah. And it said the treatment can last months to years.
Months to years, yes. Woo. I think it's better.
It's probably really expensive, but it's probably really worth it.
When I was reading about it, I think it's better in treating tendon ligament stuff from what I was reading. But anyway.
Well, in the lion, they use it for joints.
It's biologically sound. I think you'll start to see more and more of this type of kind of treatment, this stem cell.
Yes, I mean, all that's coming to fruition, especially in animal medicine. Like in human medicine, they're probably using it out the butt.
Yeah.
With PRP, one of the issues is one practice that, sucks the blood out, spins it, does everything. The way they do it may be different than over here. So the effect may not be the same. Yeah. So it's difficult to compare apples to apples.
Oh, because it's not like a set way.
Right. So I think as they start to develop processes potentially to make it easier,
better protocols,
the GPs to actually do, then I think maybe we'll see more and more of it as well.
Do you think if we were able to do it, would we do it all in-house?
Yeah, you would do it all in-house.
Because it's not like a hard process necessarily,
I don't
right?
Think I don't know, but I don't think so.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, I'm sure there's a certain protocol.
Because if you had to send out the blood,
definitely
and then bring get it back
into a joint, I feel like there's some special precautions.
Yeah.
That would
maybe the specialty hospitals would do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like places that have an ortho person.
I mean, you have to sedate the animal, right? There has to be staff training. I mean, there's some hurdles that have to be cleared. So you have to invest in the equipment to be able to do it, training, the supplies for the equipment. All of that stuff is a lot. Yeah.
It's really cool though.
But I think that I would view it similar to us developing the process for doing TPLOs, right?
Yeah.
That was an investment.
Yeah.
And it seems like, it's such a high hurdle. But once you start to tackle it, you can do it, and so I think this would be very similar.
That'd be really cool.
That would be cool.
I would like to see it.
Me too.
Okay.
Because it's like it would be like the process.
Get Duckwall to get interested in it, and maybe she can learn how to do it.
It would be a process of like a spring injection, right? Pretty much.
You would sedate them.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, potentially.
Granted, it's a bigger process because you just draw up out of a vial. This, you draw up out of the patient, and then you have to
do whatever you're going to do to it.
Do a science project.
Yeah, I know. A science project. That's right. That's exactly right. Oh, my God. Okay.
That's so cool, though.
Very cool question, Jordan. Tell us if you know how to prepare. We want to know.
Send us a picture of the lion.
Or do you send
or a video of you doing the PRP injections to the lion?
And then this maybe right now what you do is you draw the blood from your patient and you do send it away.
Yeah.
And they send you back the product.
To make sure it's done properly.
I don't know. I don't know the companies that
probably
are doing
a process to do it.
Yeah.
We have so many questions, Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan.
Let us know. All righty. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Veterinary Roundtable. Remember, send in those questions and leave us a review if you enjoyed this episode or a previous one. We'll see you next week for another episode of the Veterinary Roundtable.
Bye-bye.